Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is my channel. My name is Chloe. If you want to subscribe, the buttons are just down below here, and if you want to like this video or any of my other videos, please do check them out and give them a thumbs up because it really does help me out a lot. So today I am speaking to you about my Tinder expose, kind of like, I don't know, just kind of video about a guy who did me a wrong and now I want to talk about it. So basically I recorded this entire video. It was like 30 minutes long and it was really lengthy, and I was talking, like, going into depth about like what Tinder was and how you could match with people and how they could message you and this kind of thing. I'm pretty sure everyone that watches my channel has been on Tinder at one point in their life, and if you haven't, you're probably too young to be on my channel. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Basically, one night I was on Tinder and I was just scrolling through, having a look, like swiping left, swiping right, that kind of thing, you know how it goes. And I stumbled across this guy called Dylan. Is relatively attractive, his bio is relatively normal, everything seems completely and utterly fine. As it would on first glance at a human being, you would think their life is completely fine. Oh, how I was wrong. I matched with him, he super liked me, probably should have seen like red flags at that moment that he super liked me, that he was gonna mess me about, because every single guy that super likes me does mess me about. And we begin to chat. Now if you see me looking down here, my laptop is here, I've got like the messages on it. I'm not going to show you the messages and I'm not going to be releasing his personal information. As much as all of my friends say that I should just completely release everything to do with him, like warn people off completely, I kind of feel like it's enough that I'm making a video about this. Like, I don't want to completely like dive into his personal life because that's like, it's not essentially fair. I mean, the things he didn't like that he did to me weren't essentially very fair, but I kind of been brought up in the way that like two wrongs don't make a right, and by me like outing all of his personal information, that's just gonna make him really fucking mad. This video isn't to make him mad. This is video, if he watches it, is just to make him realize that you can't treat people like this. Like, this isn't fair, especially when the people that you're treating are genuinely nice people, are trying to help you, going out of their way to do things for you, and you've just treated them like absolute dirt. So this isn't like a bashing, like, what a terrible human being. Well, it kind of is, but it's not like mainly to like offend or upset him. It's just to kind of make him learn that what he did was not okay. So yeah, to all of my friends who wanted me to out his personal information, I won't be doing that because I don't think that that is my job to do. Like, if you're friends with me on Facebook, by all means go in my friends list and like search the name Dylan. You'll probably find him. It's not hard. But if you're not, then don't, because there's no need. So yeah, anyway, we match and he messages me saying hi and 3 kisses. And I put hello lovely, and he put how come you're awake? Because this is like 2:26 in the morning. Like, to a normal human being they would probably be asleep at that time, but I'm like nocturnal, so I wasn't asleep. And he put, I put, can't sleep, what about you? And he put, I haven't slept in 4 days now. To me, that's like a red flag. Because I have old acquaintances, I wouldn't even call them friends anymore, who didn't sleep. And there was a reason for that. Usually, the reason being, they had been on drugs all night, or they'd been out drinking all night. And I don't want to like associate myself with people that are into hard drugs or into hard alcohol. Like, I don't want to associate myself with that. It got me nowhere good in like previous years in my life, so I kind of want to take that and learn from it. And I put why on earth, because I mean, I'm curious. And he put it's a long story. Me being me, probably should have just left it there. Like, it's a long story usually means, yo, I don't want to talk about it, it's a long story, leave it there. Me being me, I put, I've got time, and the emoji. Good one, Chloe. And he put, right, well, as stupid as it sounds, message me on Snapchat about it. I'm so bad about it, but I hate it when people have messages of it, but on Snapchat they don't save. So again, if he wasn't willing to have messages of what was wrong with him saved, so like a story had a backup kind of thing, and he had to keep up with certain lies because he told me a story and he had to like fit everything in around that, then I probably shouldn't have spoken any further to him. But again, I'm too kind-hearted, and I just continued to give him my Snapchat, and he was like, it's cool if not, like, yeah. And I put, I mean, sure, yeah, my Snapchat is Pixie what? He said, added, comma, swear that wasn't just to get your Snapchat, ha ha ha. They were all the messages we exchanged on Tinder. Things then went to Snapchat, and he was telling me about how his grandfather had just died and he was in the boxing industry, and all of his family apparently were super unsupportive, and no one like gave him like a boost of confidence apart from his granddad. Like his granddad was the one like at his shows or his boxing matches who would be like, yeah Dylan, like you can do this, like he was like the only member of his family that essentially was supportive. So obviously he was upset and he was missing that. Like when my granddad died, my granddad didn't support me through a lot of things, but I still fucking missed him. Like he's my granddad. So things like carried on Snapchat, and we were just chatting about things, and we started to get like reasonably close, and it was kind of nice. And then we moved to text messages, and he randomly FaceTimed me. Now, this kind of reassures me that he's not like catfish material, because catfishes don't FaceTime, and the fact that like he genuinely wants to talk to me on like a more in-depth basis, which again is completely fine. Usually FaceTiming makes me unbelievably anxious and makes me feel a little bit sick, because it's kind of like a front on front kind of exterior, like you can see what my face is. So we start FaceTiming, and quite often, and then he's just like telling me about his life, and he's not sleeping and all of this stuff, and then he tells me about a drug problem. Apparently not his drug problem, apparently this is his cousin's drug problem. His cousin has just moved to Australia, and apparently Dylan now owes money to his cousin's drug dealer, because his cousin's drug dealer goes to the same boxing like gym as Dylan does, so he knows him like through acquaintance, apparently. So he's telling me about how he owes his drug dealer money for coke, and he's telling me how he has been winning matches to get him his money back, how he took the debt on to be a nice person and to like cover for his cousin, and so that the drug dealer got his money back. Why you would do that is completely and utterly beyond me. Like, why would you take on someone's drug money? Why would you take on someone's dirty money? Why would you do that? Like, irregardless if it was my cousin, like, maybe part of my family have drug problems. Would I go like, hi, my cousin's drug dealer, I'll pay their debt for them? No, I wouldn't. I would give the money to my cousin and be like, here, pay your debt off. I wouldn't go and like get involved with a drug dealer and take on the debt. No, I'm not retarded. No. But anyway, his apparent cousin's debt is still being paid off, and he apparently owed him a couple of $1,000 to begin with, and now it's down to $500. And now all of a sudden, this drug dealer doesn't want to do the method that they were doing before, where Dylan would go to a boxing match and he would win, and then the drug dealer would place a bet on it, and then he would get his money back. Like, this sounds like something out of a movie. This sounds like something out of like Fight Club or something. I don't know, but apparently that was what was going on. Apparently he was paying his debt back via winning matches. So his drug dealer all of a sudden says, I can't do this anymore. I can't have my money being lent out anymore. I need my money back, and I need it all back right now. So Dylan apparently has all of the money bar £100 to pay back to him, and he needs this last 100. Bearing in mind we've been speaking, we've become rather close. Like, if you've seen anything about me on Facebook, I fall for guys very, 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 very quickly. Like, you give me attention, I'm probably going to be like, I love you in like half an hour. So I've grown quite attached to this guy, and I want to help him, and I want to do whatever I can for him. And he owes this last 100, and I initially say, I haven't got the money to lend you, like, I'm sorry. If I did, like, if I did, I would. Which is a lie, because I got paid, so I technically did have the money, but I didn't want to lend it out. And he's like, no, it's okay, like, I wouldn't take it from you anyway, I wouldn't expect you to do that. Like, I'm gonna see if my mum can lend me it. Like, if you didn't want me to give you money, like, why would you tell me about it? Like, initially, but okay. So he asks his mum, and his mum says that she can give him, like, I think it was like £50 or something, like 50, £55 kind of thing. And he tells me that his mum can't lend him like the 400 and that he's like 40 to £50 off. And I'm like, right, okay, well, I guess I could afford to like lend him 40. So stupid. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll lend you the 40. Like, just so you know that all the debt's paid for and you don't have to have, like, this debt following you around. Like, I'll lend you the rest of the money. And he's like, no, I don't want to take your money. I don't want to take it off you. Like, no, don't lend it me. And I'm like, well, you're gonna get in trouble if you don't pay him back. Like, what would happen if you didn't pay him? And he was like, oh, he'd break my legs. Like, he'd kill me. And I was like, well, there we go then. Looks like I need to lend it you then, doesn't it? Otherwise you're gonna get killed. And he was like, oh no, it will be fine, I can fight them, like, I've done it before. And he like shows me these videos of like when he's previously beaten up, like, not the drug dealer, but the drug dealer has two guys who like come and like bodyguard and bouncer things, and he's previously beaten up both of these guys before. And he's like, no, I can take them, like, it's fine, don't worry. So he texts me saying they're outside. Bearing in mind, I didn't know they were even coming around to his house. Like, I had no clue. So that was just, like, sprung up on me. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, they're outside, I've got to go. And I was like, the drug dealer? And he was like, yeah, he's outside. Like, whose drug dealer do you know, like, randomly just turns up to your house? Like, hi, you owe me money. Like, I've never heard of that before. Like, ever. I've heard of them, like, repeatedly texting you and then, like, going to a secluded place to, like, go and collect the money. But just turning up outside someone's house, like, hi, what's up? Seems a little bit too casual for me. Anyway. So he gets in his car and I'm like, make sure you text me, give me, like, constant text updates. I want to know what's going on. I want to know that you're safe. And he's just like, Rowan's got a gun. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's got a gun. And I'm like, oh, okay, well that's fucking promising then, isn't it? I was like, Dylan, let me send you this money. You're going to get shot. And he was like, okay, if it's gonna make you feel better, send me the money. Here's my bank details. And then I'm like, I haven't got anything to send it directly to a bank, but have you got PayPal? And he's like, yeah, here's my PayPal. And like sends me a text message with his PayPal in it. So I send over £45 to his PayPal just to like cover whatever, like if there was any extra cost or anything, like any interest, because I know some drug dealers do that, like that he would be fully like compensated. So I send it to his PayPal, I print screen it, like the green tick that says like set money to Dylan, blah blah blah, whatever.com. And I print screen that and I send it to him. And I'm like, did you get it? And he's like, no. I'm like, right, okay. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I'm sure it's not in my bank. I was like, no, you need to go on PayPal and transfer the money into your bank. Like, you have to transfer it. Well, usually you do anyway, or like you can do if it's like being stuck at the PayPal part of things. You can instantly transfer it back over to your account. So I'm like, okay, well, I did send it, like, go on your PayPal and check. And he's like, it's not there. And I'm like, right, okay, this is worrying. I was like, okay, maybe I sent it to the wrong email address by accident. Like, I'll send it again. So I sent him money again. I sent him another £45. And then it still wasn't going through. And I was like, listen, Dylan, like, I don't know how to get it to you, like, this is not working, like, there must be something wrong with your PayPal. I was like, do you trust me enough to go on your PayPal and have a look and see if there's any problems? And he's like, yeah, I trust you, like, here's my details. So this makes me think that this guy is super genuine. Like, he's just trusted me with his bank details, he's, like, trusted me with his PayPal. Like, you think that he is trustworthy. So I presumed I was going to get my money back. I didn't presume a guy that would give me his details would be like weird about it. But anyway, yeah, turns out he was pretty fucking weird about it. And Yeah. So that happens, and then like he's gonna get out the car because he can't give him the money just yet because the money won't go through, and he tells him like, listen, my friend's trying to send me this money over, it won't come through to my PayPal, like give me a few hours, I'll figure it out, come and get me again and I'll give you your money back. So as he gets out of the car, apparently both of the guys grab hold of him and he has to like punch one of them, like either in the leg or the stomach or something, to like get them off him. And he comes in and I'm like, what happened? Like, is everything okay? Like, he FaceTimes me again. And, like, he shows me on camera, like, he goes like this. And he's like, yeah, I had to punch one of them. And I'm like, what the fuck, why? And he's just like, because they wanted the money. And I was like, yeah, but you're literally going to give it them in a couple of hours. Like, why are they starting fights? And he was just like, oh, it's just, like, a tactic to make me, like, scared. And I'm like, well, that's a pretty stupid tactic. And, like, he's, like, showing me that his knuckles are, like, covered in blood because he had to punch one of them. So I think this is legit because he's like covered in blood. Duh. And then like we carry on FaceTiming and talking about it, and I'm trying to suss out like how to make it work, and like it's not like telling me I don't know what's wrong. And then this like it goes on to the next day. Like he like completely dodges the drug dealer. And says like, listen, I can't get you until tomorrow, like something's happened to my PayPal, I can't fix it until tomorrow when like the office is open and I can do something about it. And they're like, right, okay. So they're so cooperative in that moment, yet when you're literally getting out of the car and saying, I'm gonna give it you in a couple of hours, they're like, oh, we're gonna start a fight with you. Like, that makes no sense, but okay, whatever. It gets to the next day, and he hasn't slept all night long. Like, me and him stayed on FaceTime all night long. I didn't go to sleep. I had no sleep whatsoever. Like, not even like 10 minutes, not 20 minutes, like nothing. I stayed awake all night long, got up at like 7 o'clock in the morning and had a shower and went straight to work. And as I'm at work, my phone's in the stock room, and I come in to like check stock and my phone is going crazy, and he's like texting me like, babe, I need to talk to you, like, babe, I need you, like, please like answer your phone, like I really need you right now. And I'm just like, whoa, what's happened? And then I rang him and I was like, what's happened? And he's just like, they broke into my house. And I'm like, what do you mean they broke into your house? And he's like, they broke into my house. One of them had my feet, one of them had my arms, one of them had my neck. I had to like push them off me and they broke my jaw. And I'm like, what? Like, hi, so my camera died. I don't know if it's in the right angle, but if it is, great. If it's not, just get over it and get used to the new setup. So yeah, basically, they're in his house. They've got him by the legs, the throat, the arms, and they've just broke his jaw. Apparently, they all also then step back, take their guns out of their pockets, and shoot in the air. I'm sorry, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but you're not Clint Eastwood. This isn't the wild, wild west. People don't randomly get guns out and in the air. That's not normal. Like, you're not convincing me that happened, because it did not. You live in rural England. Somebody call the police. So apparently no police are called, they've just shot their guns in the air, this is all just casual, and they leave his house. Like, this is like some other sort of scare tactic. And he tells me about this on the phone, and obviously me being me, I start to panic. I'm gullible as hell, I believe this whole story. So I say to him like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bank after work and I'm gonna transfer it straight to your account. Because I remember, like, I have £45 that I tried to send him in another account, and there's money still left. Because at this point, I've already been to the bank. I asked to, like, send him money on my break, and there wasn't enough money in my bank. Like, that's how much money he had taken off me. I had just got paid, and there was no more money left. So I still had £45 in my other Barclays account, and I was going to go straight to the bank after work and send it straight to him. So I finished work, I tried to go to the bank, and the bank is closed. So I'm like, oh my god, crap, like, I can't send him this money, he's gonna get shot, this is a problem. So I ring him and I'm just like, okay, what I'm gonna do when I get home, the second I get in, I'm gonna destroy my room and try and find my bank card, because that was initially the problem why I couldn't send it as bank transfer, because I couldn't find my bank card. So I came home, destroyed my room. Like, I have 2 rooms. I destroyed this one, I completely destroyed my other one, but managed to find my card. So I sent him the money, and I was like ringing him and I was like, yo, check your account. And then he checked it and he was like, oh, it went through. And I was like, yeah. And like, he didn't seem like excited or like confused or like happy about it. He was just like, oh, thank you, like, appreciate it. So he apparently pays off this debt, and everything now seems to be okay. And we start talking and things are okay, and then he goes on a night out. And I get pretty pissed off because I'm just like, okay, well, if you didn't have money to pay off your debt, then how come you have money to go on a night out? Like, I don't get that. That makes no sense to me. Like, pay your debts first, like, they're more important, and then pay me back. Like, I have no money now, and that's your fault. So he goes on a night out, and he apparently has all of this money. And then he, like, calls me, and he's, like, saying that, oh, I'm gonna go to Liverpool, to, like, see my friends and, like, get drunk and have fun. And he's like, I can probably come and see you on my way back. And I'm like, I think he expects me to be like, oh, yay, I get to see you. Like, this is gonna be super fun. And, like, prior to this, he's been talking about getting, like, a train to see me anyway, but, like, yo, I thought you had no money. He was talking about, like, getting the train to come and see me anyway, and, like, he was gonna go to Liverpool and get drunk and go on parties, and I'm literally just sat here, like, I can't talk to this guy when he is spending my money. Like, I work really, really, really hard for my money. Like, I might be good at my job, but it doesn't mean that I don't work incredibly hard to get the money that I get paid. Like, I work my arse off every single day, like, day in, day out, just to make some money so I can be like, okay, I want this, I can have that because I have earned it. I don't go around stealing money from people so I can go on nights out. I don't think that's okay. So I text him and I'm just like, I can't be all lovey-dovey and nice to you while you keep messing me about with this money. I need it back, Dylan. You told me you'd have it by the Monday, and here we still are. Like, this is, like, one of the messages that I sent him that he actually decided to reply to. Like, I initially texted him, like, literally a couple of days after, like, saying, hey, when do you get paid, by the way? He just completely ignored it. I put, how have you paid for trains? And he put, Jake booked them for me. His friend apparently booked for him to go to Liverpool, which I don't believe anyway, because no one would pay for you to go to a different city to go and get drunk. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And I put, okay, I know this sounds a little harsh, but I'm a little worried. Can you promise me you're legit gonna pay me back? I'm absolutely brassic for money this month, and when you're broke, 45 is a lot of money. I'm super scared that you're gonna do off with it. And he put, I wouldn't have lent it if I wasn't planning on paying it back. Bullshit. Bullshit. You're telling me that every single person on this planet, when they lend money, their first intuition is, oh, I'm definitely going to pay that back. No, there's not honest people everywhere in the world. There isn't people that initially think, yeah, I'm going to pay that back. Like, no, that doesn't always happen. And I put, it's honestly nothing personal. I've just had money borrowed from me before and never seen it again. Plus the fact that I've legit never met you doesn't exactly reassure me, you know? And he put, yeah, I get that. As soon as I get back, I'll speak to my boss. It just hit me. Why don't you come here? Can stay with me. And I put, I can't. I'm broke. And he put, oh. And it's like, what do you mean? Oh, I'm broke because of you. You're the reason I'm broke. And I put, you've been super quiet today. Did you not want to talk to me? Because bearing in mind, we used to speak like every single goddamn day. Like every single day. And then I FaceTimed him to see if he was still deciding to ignore me. And he was like, oh, I'll text you. And then I texted him again saying, I'll text you, he said. And he put, sorry, I was just helping Jake with Christmas decorations. This was at 1 a.m. that he texted me back. I FaceTimed him at 10 p.m. So you was helping Jake with Christmas decorations for 3 to 4 hours? Don't think you was. And I put, can you please ask your boss, like ring him or something tomorrow and ask when you're getting paid. I really need the money back. I've got £1.29 left in my bank account for the rest of the month. And he ignored me. And then I put, Dylan. And he ignored me again. And then he decided to reply the next day at 4:30 in the afternoon saying, yeah, I'll ring him when I get back. Basically, long story short, I doubt I will ever see this money again. Like, I really, really do doubt I'll see it again. I've messaged him on Facebook. I've messaged him, like, a general message. I've messaged him on Snapchat. And I have been completely ignored and blown off. So, basically, that is the end of this video. All I'm going to say is if you ever find someone on Tinder that you find incredibly attractive and they ask for money, don't be as stupid as I was and lend it to them, because you probably won't ever see it again. And also just kind of be like conscious of where you're sending money, and even if you like feel like you know the person, like you probably don't, and they're probably sneaky and they're probably stealing from you, like said person. Yeah, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. The button is down below. Hit the subscribe button and then you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!